Welcome to our Shapeshifters Team 3 tier list. Let's get started. First up is the F section. There's two in this one. The first one is Vlahovic. He's not got bad stats. I think mainly the problem is he hasn't got intercept or block of any kind. Not even just as a plus. Even the normal ones, he doesn't have them. So, a bit useless. The second one is Vanagas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. I think she can play a few different positions. I think she's probably best as a fullback. But she's mainly playing defensive positions like fullback and CDM, but she's too small. She's like 5'6". She's just not defensive enough. Next up is the E section. The first up one we've got is Stage. I think the problem is he's missing intercept, and I don't think the stats are high enough. The next one is Ramirez. I think mainly it's just the stats with the playstyle pluses aren't too bad, but or they're pretty on the mark. But yeah, the stats just too low. Peck, same problem again. He's got too low stats. Plus, long ball, if he's playing right mid, I think long ball's a bit of a weird one to have. I feel like that, personally, that's more of a central thing. I think if you're playing on the wings, obviously whip pass is probably the best. And the last one is the American Messi, as he's sometimes known.
You know, we think of guys like Messi or Ronaldo, and this kid's already being compared to all that.
Pulisic. I think it is the stats, I think. I quite like the playstyle pluses. It's interesting for centre mid. Next up is the D section. First up is Perez. I think, once again, stats could be higher. And playstyle pluses wise, I think I prefer rapid to quick step, but quick step's still good. Incisive pass, I see that as more of a central player thing rather than a winger. He needs like whip pass or something else. Next up is Langa. This is one of the two United players, or ex-United players, in the team. It's just disappointing that he's not better than he is. He's got really good pace and shooting, but there are, I think his physical could be a lot higher. And the playstyles, I don't think they're great for, I think he's more of a striker, and I don't think they're great for a striker. I think ping pass and low driven shot, you might get away with low driven shot, but definitely ping pass. I think there's better ones than that. Next up is Sesko. For him, I don't think he has intercept. I think the stats are good, but out of the four playstyles, only one of them is really defensive. Aerials, defensive related. So I think the playstyle pluses could be better. And last is Fabinho, who is a bit of a weird one. He's sort of halfway between a striker and a cam, I think. The stats could be higher, but yeah, the playstyle pluses are a bit weird. Next up is the C list. There's 5 in this one. First one is Laetitia. I think she's probably best as a winger. I think the playstyle pluses aren't perfect though. Like I said, I prefer rapid to quick step. That's an obvious one. Incisive, I said it before, more of a central thing. Trivella, I think it's very useful, just not as a plus. I think there's just better ones as a plus. Next up is Dybala. He's quite a good card. He can play centre mid or CDM. I think his playstyle pluses aren't built for really either of those, because he's got finesse on both. I don't think finesse is the best choice for a centre mid or a CDM. Next up is Hoffman. Once again, I think she's probably best on the wing. Playstyle pluses aren't best for wingers. First touch and incisive probably wouldn't be up there in my choices. And quick step, even though it is good, I prefer rapid. Diallo, this is the second United player that is in this selection, and I'm quite disappointed with his as well. He, based on his playstyle pluses, I think he's probably best as like a cam, but he can play strike and left wing, so we can't play cam. And yeah, I don't think he's a striker, and he's probably closer to a winger, but he's got ping pass and incisive, which are more like central player passing things. If he was gonna have a passing one, you'd want it to be what do you call it? Whip pass, wouldn't you? And if he was going to play on the wing, you'd want finesse, which he doesn't have either. So anyway, the last one is Coman. His playstyle pluses aren't bad, to be honest with you. They're pretty good. They could do well as a striker. I think the stats are just a bit too low, to be honest. I mean, the pace and the dribbling's quite good, but it's just everything else, really. Next up is the B section. First up, we've got Mane. I think his stats are pretty good. I think the problem here is he's only got 4-star weak foot, not got 5-star weak foot. I'm sort of debating which position he's probably going to be better in, striker or as a cam. I think he's a bit of a half and half. So he's going to be good at both, but not great at either. Next up is Foden. Really quite a good card. I quite like it. Definitely, I think he's probably best as a fullback. I think he's more of an attacking fullback. I think he could be a more defensive in terms of the play styles. I don't think he's got anticipate or block, and I just think that they would add a little bit more to him. Last one is Watkins, pretty good. The stats are very good. I think he's probably best as a winger because I think technical and rapid could be really good for a winger. I think he's got winger stats. I think the problem is probably the other two play styles, ping pass and tiki taki. They're more central. They're more of a cam thing. Yeah, and his passing could be higher. But apart from that, it's not bad. Now we're in the A section. There's only one in this one, and it's Gavi. Yeah, this is a really decent card. The stats are very, very good. I think I think he's definitely more of a cam. I think the problems are relentless. It's good as a normal playstyle, but I wouldn't want it as a plus on a cam. Finesse, as useful as it is, I think it might be more useful to have maybe another passing one. But finesse does come in handy for a cam. And the last one, now into the S section. Once again, only one card, and it is Russo. Really great card, ridiculously high stats. The playstyles pluses, for the most part, are fantastic. I think finesse and rapid, I think they're the two key ones. First touch definitely comes in handy. Ping pass, it's good. I prefer whip pass, but it's still very good. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for Shapeshifters Team 4. See you now.